Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of SJGames Live. I'm here with Jimmy and Phil's back. If you remember from last week, we did a stream with Phil for the hobby side of things. This week, we're back with the first look. This is the first official on-camera look at Pathfinder Revolution. This is a re-implementation of a classic. Revolution, actually one of my favorite games that we've ever made. And I think this is a better version now because it's got the Pathfinder thing, and we mixed in some of the expansion stuff into the base game. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to cherry pick all the best from the expansions and stuff.
Yes. So if you've never played before, Revolution is a game about kind of power and paying people off with different currencies and trying to like take control of the city essentially. In this version, we are in the city of Corvosa. This is a setting in Pathfinder. You can see the cool, if you go to the overhead for me there, Brandon, you can see all this cool art from the Pathfinder game. You got a bunch of characters, a bunch of areas like the University, Fort Corvosa, Arbiter's Hall, different things from the role-playing game. And what we're doing is we're going to be bidding on a bid board. If we do the side cam, we'll show Jimmy's off here. This is one of the bid boards. They have different classes or different guilds, I guess. There's just different people in the city that we're going to be secretly bidding behind these screens to take control of those areas. And each of those powers gives us different stuff. So some might give us more currency for next turn for bidding. Some of them, like on here, it'll say the Crime Lord gives you 8 support or 2 blackmail. Support is points. That's just directly gives you points. Blackmail is a currency that you can use to bid with. The Headmaster gives you 1 support, 1 force, and influence at the university. That's actually a spot on the board where you'd score points at the end of the game if you have the most cubes there. So having the most cubes in an area gets you points. Just winning support on the board, on the bid board here, gets you points. There's a lot of ways to score points in the game. We are doing it all secretly. We're doing it 3 different currencies. Everyone's got gold. Gold's pretty common. There's blackmail. With gold, it's, more gold beats less gold. Pretty simple. With blackmail's a little bit stronger. It's these little triangles here. These little black triangles. Blackmail beats any amount of gold. So if Jimmy bids 6 blackmail on a spot, and I put 1 or 6 gold on a spot, and I put 1 blackmail, I beat him.
Blackmail wins.
Blackmail wins, and force beats everything else. So as you'd say as you'd see on this board, gold's a little more common to get. Blackmail's a little less common, and force is the rarest and strongest.
And you can combine them. So a blackmail and a gold beats a blackmail.
Yep, blackmail and gold beats a blackmail. Force plus a gold beats just 1 force. Sometimes
force and a blackmail will beat
force and a blackmail beats. Yeah, there's a lot of different combinations you end up with. We all start with 3 gold, a blackmail, and a force.
Can we go back to the bidding board, though?
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
you cannot use your currency on every location.
Correct. You can only go up to 6. So in any given turn, you're always going to refill back to 5 tokens, and you'll always have at least you'll get 5 gold even if you get no other tokens. But you might be able to get more than that on the board, and you can have up to 6 spots on the board you can actually bid on.
And the color coding on the board matters. You can only place gold on the spaces that have the gold color.
Mm-hmm.
Blackmail can only be played on the spaces with the black color, and force can only be played on the spaces with the red.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if you have the most gold, if you want to throw it all on the Crime Lord, nobody can beat you there because only gold can be used there.
You can always buy off the Crime Lord.
Yeah, and as you can see on the board, every spot you can use gold on. Gold is usable on every spot. Some of them are force and gold, some of them are blackmail and gold, etc. Just to tease it a little bit, flip that around, Jimmy. There's actually a second side. This is the 5 and 6 player side. I want to mention we are playing on a prototype tooling sample. This is not a final copy. But this is what we'd like to release. We are doing a Kickstarter for this game on July 18th. So this will be launching really soon. And that is one of the stretch goals, is to get a 5 and 6 player version. We're playing it 3 player now. So this side of the board is a 3 and 4 player game. That's what the base version of Revolution was to begin with. The expansions added 5 and 6 player. If we can unlock the stretch goals, we're going to try to bake it all into the same thing. And this is kind of like the tooling sample to show that we could do it, essentially.
Yeah.
That is going to be live on July 18th. We're really excited about that. That landing page is live now. You can actually follow the campaign. We'll link it down in the comments below. You can check the campaign out. We've got about 500 followers on there already just from mentioning it a couple times. And we're really excited about that. It's going to be a really big project. Speaking of projects, though, we do have one going right now. The One Roll Quest. What's the official name?
One Roll Chronicles.
One Roll Chronicles.
It's an adventure for the One Roll Quest game that we shipped a couple of months ago. One Roll Quest is an insanely fast rules light RPG that Steve designed, where everybody chooses a character, you roll the die, and then you just lie about what happened.
Yeah.
With One Roll Chronicles, there's 9 encounters in a larger adventure. You're still choosing characters, you're still rolling the die at the start of each encounter, and it just gives you more storytelling prompts as you go through. And it is for 1 to 5 players, so you can totally play it solitaire.
Yeah, I'd say One Roll Quest, the best comparison I have for it is if you've never played it, which I think it's one of our smaller products, so a lot of people may not have actually had
And
a chance to check
it's
it out.
super new.
It's super new, yeah. It's if you like storytelling stuff versus necessarily role playing stuff, it's a really fun little storytelling game. I like that aspect of it. It's just because it's really just a prompt to get you to tell a story. It's a fun little thing.
Prompt.
Yeah, and the Kickstarter really low price point. So if you're
Super
interested in
low.
checking it out, One Roll Quest itself is not very expensive, and then the little booklet that goes with it.
And there's a DIY print and play option where for $5 you get the game and the adventure. You have to supply your own dice.
Yeah.
And then to get the game and the adventure is only $15. It's super low.
Yeah, it's if you're interested in something like that, check that out. And there's more stuff. Sorry guys, Warehouse 23 summer sale just started. If you want some cool swag, so we have our normal like sales on our stuff. We have discounts across the board, but then also there's some free swag, and I think the free swag this time is really crazy because we do this thing where you spend a certain amount, you get free swag. You spend more than that, you get the first one and the second level. You kind of keep building up free stuff that we keep throwing in. So it's usually like dice and things like that, like extra cards. But the top level is actually a full Dungeon Fantasy RPG set, which is awesome. So if you've been holding off on some things and you want to pick up some stuff on Warehouse 23, we'll link the summer sale down below. If you make it to the final tier, there's a lot that goes into it. You can get a lot of stuff. So check that out. That's going until July 5th. So you have a little bit left to go. Closes next week. But I think that's all the stuff.
Come up with more things for Brandon DeLink.
What's that?
He said,
Quick, come up with more things for Brandon DeLink.
That's all I got.
There's one more detail on Pathfinder Revolution I want to touch on before we start playing, and that is there are no single player turns. Everybody's going to be playing at the same time. That's why we have the screens to hide our bidding boards. So you're not going to have to sit around and wait for Jimmy to make a decision.
yeah, what's going to happen?
You will, but
So the way it works is when we start, we'll bid on the board secretly. Then once everyone's bid, we lift the board up and we compare essentially. So we'll actually go through it now. I think are we
yeah, I
ready to
think
go?
we're ready.
Yeah, there's no first player since we all kind of go simultaneously.
Right.
We all start with 3 gold, 1 blackmail, and 1 force. Like I mentioned before, you'll have a chance of getting different tokens based on what you win throughout the turn. The way it works is we'll bid on up to 6 spots on the board. We'll reveal the shield. That's like doing a Transformer commercial. We reveal our screen and compare and see what you win. If you lose, the gold or whatever you used on that just goes away. You don't get to keep it. At the end of the turn, if you have less than 5 tokens, you will refill with gold, essentially. Gold fills in the gaps. But you can have more. We've played this game where I've had up to 12 tokens at one point just from winning
it can
different
get
stuff.
ridiculous. And an important thing is win or lose, all the tokens you use this round are gone.
Yes, you do not get to bank tokens for the next round. So yeah,
But I think let's just do it.
let's jump
All right,
in. Let's jump in. I like it.
Let's spend some monies. And it is possible to tie with people, at which point you just bounce.
Yeah,
Nobody
gets
gets
it.
space. You lose your tokens. It's hugely frustrating. So don't bid where I've bid.
I got good news for you. I'm bidding exactly where you're bidding.
I'd rather you didn't. But I'm all set. I've made my bad decisions.
Okay,
Good to
let's
go.
go.
All right.
So
All right.
we'll go to Jimmy's board so you guys can see it up close. So let's go. Just go down the list. You start at the top left and kind of go left to right down. So Crime Lord. Anyone on Crime Lord? I am on Crime Lord. I have 1 gold on Crime Lord.
Then you get the Crime Lord.
I'm going to take 2 blackmail.
The
So
Crime
I
Lord
cl-
is a choice of 8 support, which is
Or-
victory points, or 2 blackmail.
Yeah, I'm going to go with blackmail to start. So then Headmaster. Does anyone have Headmaster? Let's
Nobody.
stay on the board, Brandon. So no one had Headmaster. Field Marshal.
Nobody?
Hell Knight.
2 gold.
It looks like
Nothing.
you win it with 2 gold.
All right. So that is 3 support for yellow
Okay,
So
you're
that'll
gonna
be
gain
3 points.
3 points. There's a
And-
tracker on the outside of the board there.
and 1 force token.
1 and 1 force. Yeah, you're right. That's unfortunate. So you
So-
lose the 2 gold.
So generally, when you take your stuff off your board, put it somewhere, and then
Then get
somewhere
your new
else put
token,
the tokens that you put in, so you don't
Yep.
mix them up.
Exactly. Fisherman, I've got a blackmail on Fisherman.
Nothing.
So I
Nope.
trade 1 blackmail. I get 5 support, so I am blue. Oops. I'm 5 support, 3 gold, and I get to put the first influence. Let's look at the overhead for this one so people can see the board. So I get to put an influence on West Dock. So you'll notice there's these white squares here. We got West Dock. You just put an influence cube on that. Bingo bango, I'm the first person to influence West Dock now.
Good
there
job.
are ways on the board to move the cubes around, but you have to win the power on here. There's a couple different ways to manipulate them. But at the end of the game, if I have the most cubes in a particular area, so say I have 3 cubes in West Dock and then Phil and Jimmy split the other 3 spots, I would score 30 points. It tells you on there how many you score. So there's a good amount of points out here on the board.
But just like on the bidding, if you tie for support or influence in a space, nobody gets it.
Exactly. So there's a downside.
It can
to
get pretty brutal.
Exactly. Innkeeper, it looks like
I have a force
Looks like
on
you
the
got it.
innkeeper.
All right.
So
So
I'll
you
get
get
3
3.
support, 1 blackmail, and influence the East Shore for red.
East
please.
Shore over here. Boom. A little smaller of a section. The Sable Company, anyone on that?
I've got a force and a gold on Sable
Then
Company.
you got it.
Right. I get 1 blackmail,
Okay.
and I get to influence Fort Corvosa.
45-point spot. That's a good one. The Arbiter, I've got a force on that.
I have a blackmail on that, so you win.
So hey, that
Hunter
first
wins that one.
first win. We got 3 support on this, and then I get 4 gold, and I influence Arbiter's Hall, which is right here. Cleric, I've got 2 gold,
I've got a blackmail.
and I get punched in the face right back.
So 5 gold, and I get to influence the Pantheon. So if you will
There you go.
drop that yellow cube down on the Pantheon,
Pantheon
in the south
of-
of the city.
Pantheon of Many. Cats do lofties probably. Cats do lofties and the Red Mantis probably won't get used until.
They're more mid to late games.
Some of the powers are better early, some are better late, because some are
Yeah.
like where you're gaining resources more. Some are like swapping cubes around. So those aren't going to get used right now. Magistrate, though, looks like you are 7 support.
I have the magistrate,
So you go up to 10.
and I can move one of my cubes already on the board.
So that's going to be the
So
East
I
Shore.
will move to High Bridge.
High Bridge. Where's High
It's
Bridge?
right there.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Cool. And so that was the last power. So we go to, we do reveal how many tokens we have. Do you have less than 5?
I do not. I have 5 gold, 1 blackmail, and 1 force.
I have a single blackmail, so I will take 4 gold to fill myself up to 5 tokens.
I've got 7 gold and 2 blackmail.
And you've
Alright.
got 1
Bill's
blackmail.
got
I've got
blackmail.
1 blackmail, 4 gold.
So I've got the only force.
Yes.
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does. It's a
Which
problem.
is it's an important strategic thing to know, because that means any of those spaces that are red,
He can just win them.
I
from
can
us.
just win them.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
it's
I don't have to hedge my
scary.
bets. I don't have to do anything. I know that any of those now. And I can remind them that any of those spaces are mine.
But not all of
But
those
not all.
spaces.
Not all those spaces.
Not all. You only got 1 force.
So you do have to figure out which one I'm going to go for.
Someone's asking, what makes this Pathfinder?
It's the theming essentially. You've got the actual place that you're fighting over, plus the characters that we've introduced in here are classes.
Yeah, the various
and
roles that
roles.
you're influencing in the game are from Pathfinder, and the setting is all Pathfinder.
Yeah, we've pretty much set it in that world.
And I am doing
Ern
everything
Michelson,
raw.
Cthulhu Wars was not one of ours. That's a game from Peterson Games. So no, we do not still do that. We never did.
Yep, that is not our game.
It's a cool game.
Although someone that did work here that has worked on the game.
Oh, that's true.
Andrew Frisch used to work in our marketing department. He actually redid the. If you like the new rule book for that game, that's all him.
Okay, I'm going to make a lot of bad decisions right now.
I'm going to make a ton of bad decisions here.
I think I've wasted every token I have.
Good. I like to hear it. Oh man, this is brutal.
I'm set.
I am dying.
Remember the part where I said about waiting for people?
This
If you know you're going to do it wrong anyway, just do it wrong quickly.
is
That's how I get through life.
knocking in a wall for Roll Hunter.
The faster I can make a mistake, the more mistakes I can make.
Let's look at Jimmy's while he's bidding,
Yeah.
so we can. We've already.
If we
finished,
switch
so.
to the Jimmy cam, then
We've already bet.
Oh,
We've
okay, you
already
already bid. All right.
We're
all
gonna
right.
we're also
gonna
gonna
judge me while
we're
while I
also
bid here.
gentlemen's agreement. We're not gonna. Well, that's why I wanted the camera on you so you could judge you. So
Got
flip to it,
got
Brandon.
Got it.
that way everybody else can judge Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted the people to see what the bidding process kind of looked like from that.
Right.
I
point
need
of
to
view.
change my bids.
Okay, my bad. Okay, you ready?
Let's do this.
All right.
Okay, so first up is
I hate you.
Crime Lord. I got 2 gold on it.
I took a gamble on that one.
I'm gonna once again take 2 blackmail for that. I
Still
believe.
hate you.
So again, my bid gets lost because I did not win it. So it goes
Exactly.
away.
We've got the headmaster. I've got 1 blackmail,
I
1
have
gold.
1 gold.
Black Mountain Gold.
We all bounce.
Nobody
Brutal. That sucked. I've got a blackmail and gold on field
I have
marshal.
a blackmail.
I'm sorry, Phil. I get 1 force, and I get to influence the high bridge where you're at. The Hell Knight, I've got 1 gold on,
That
which
was
gets
cheap.
me 3 support, 1 force. That's not bad. Oop, I'm not yellow.
You can put it out there. It's fine. It's fine.
Fisherman, I've got 2 gold on. Anyone else?
Nope.
So I get 5 support and 3 gold.
John asked how this is different from the original. So
Influence
this
West
is largely taken as a combination of elements from the original and both expansions.
Yeah,
It's picking our favorite pieces out of the original and the expansions, and the 3 to 4 player side is very close to the original. It's the 5-6 player.
We played around with it a little bit.
version
We
that
adjusted a
gets-
few of them. Even the old mechanics are adjusted slightly.
Yeah.
With newer
Well,
versions.
at the end of this game, we can flip it over and show you guys some of the 5 to 6 player stuff that we hope
If I'm
to unlock.
losing, I can flip it
If
sooner.
it goes poorly, it might flip sooner than that.
Yeah, so that's one thing, but it's there are a few changes. Think of it as the original plus some development time. If you gave us a few years of like thinking about the stuff that we like, rebalancing a couple of things, that's what it is. If you like the original Revolution, then this is kind of like the greatest hits.
I noticed
Revolution.
exactly when we were going to get to the point that I win a space, we just stop resolving.
Yeah, I
So,
think we're done with this
if
turn,
we
so-
can keep
Go
going,
on.
that would be swell.
we got
Innkeeper.
Innkeeper.
I got one finally.
Didn't get bounced.
I got a blackmail, influence East Shore, please, and 3 support for red.
3 support for red.
And now we can stop.
Sable Company.
2 gold.
1 gold. So
Brutal.
Jimmy got
So,
that.
Blackmail for me and influence on Fort Corvosa.
Oh man, that's a lot of points. Arbiter.
I have 1 gold on it.
Nothing.
You got it. Hey, you want to
All
stop?
right, so I'm going to get 4 gold, 3 support, please,
Mm-hmm.
and influence Arbiter's Hall.
Influence Arbiter's Hall right there. Bingo. We've got the Cleric.
1 gold.
Hey, I almost went down with
Nice.
2. I literally had 2 sitting on it.
So 5 gold back and influence in the Pantheon.
There you go.
I see Jimmy went magistrate happy with his force.
Yeah. So I was Cleric. Looks like so Katsuloffy's Red Mantis again. We're not taking those. And then Magistrate gets 7 support.
All right. So
Seems excessive.
6, 7, and you can move a cube.
I was hoping to get another cube somewhere else during the turn.
Yeah, because you're kind of locked into those spots.
You could
yeah.
move out of Arbiter's Hall.
I could, but I'm not in it.
The other important thing, though,
That would be Hunter.
I'm in
It's in
our
our
assault.
hall with you.
is on the magistrate, you can only move one of your cubes.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of the other locations let you move just a cube.
Yeah, move a
Yes.
cube. Yeah. I'm not going to choose any of the
That's
cubes
fine.
to move
Okay.
right now.
Because it is a
There's-
May, you don't have to do it. So let's see. What do we got token wise here? I've got 2 blackmail, 2 force, 3 gold.
4 gold and 1 blackmail.
5 gold and a blackmail.
Oh, I've got the only force and I've got 2 of them? Wow,
And you've got
that's
2 of them. So you should
Ooh.
put them on the same space
Ooh, I like
to
that.
just
Exactly.
make sure
Make
you get it.
absolute
Double
sure.
down.
Double down.
But to be fair, you can still only do 6 spaces.
Yeah.
So I have 7 tokens, but I can't just like shotgun it everywhere. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see.
And there are 12 spaces on the board.
Yep.
So
on the 3 or
on
4
the
player
3-4
board.
player.
3
Yes.
or 4 player, yep. So I'm gonna go there, I think.
All right, I'm going to do this wrong.
Here.
Stick with what I know.
I stick with doing things the wrong way.
Song about that.
You notice Hunter really likes the Crime Lord.
Does he? Does
I'm
he
just
like
saying.
the Crime Lord? I don't think he likes it that much.
I don't know.
He's working on stuff though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I don't go over. Also, in case it happens, which for us it happens a little bit, if you place a token on a spot that can't take that token, essentially that's a wasted token. Like
Yeah.
One thing for players that haven't played before, this shouldn't be an issue, but the slots tell you what can be played on it. One of the weird quirks about the old Revolution is that the spots on the board used to tell you what couldn't be played on it. So if you've played old Revolution, that's one thing that's kind of shifted. For people that have played before, it takes a little bit to get used to. For people that haven't, it's a quality of life improvement for the most part.
Yeah.
We changed it because it made more sense.
It confuses people who haven't played less.
Yeah. And when you work at the place that makes it, I think we've probably played more than anyone.
Oh, yeah.
So, is everyone?
I'm set.
There you go.
Let's do it.
All right.
I did like the Crime Lord. You're right.
And I knew you did.
So 1 on the Crime Lord. I'm gonna go with 2 blackmail again.
You have 1 gold on the Crime Lord?
1 gold on the Crime.
Oh, because you don't want
I just
Yeah.
threw 1 on. I figured, I'll try for it. It looks like Jimmy's beating me on the headmaster here.
Blackmail on 2 gold.
Blackmail, and here you can have my own blackmail.
I like that.
Wait, once you? Oh, you that's what you.
Because I get a force back.
You get a force back. Sorry, I thought
And
you
a
were-
support.
So force and a just 1.
1 support.
Okay,
And influence in the university.
cool. I have 1 blackmail and field marshal.
I have a gold and a blackmail.
I have 2 gold.
Okay, so
So I
Phil
get
gets
1
it.
force and influence high bridge, please.
high
With the red.
bridge. What I always forget. There it is.
Hey, I haven't seen a force since the first turn.
I have 2 gold on Hell Knight, so I get 3 support and 1 force. I'm blue. There we go. Fisherman.
2 gold.
Looks like you got it.
So 5 support for red, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3 gold and 1 influence on West Dock.
Oh, I guess we should have also mentioned this. The way the game ends is when the board fills up, essentially. So we are. This is also part of the end game. Once we fill up the
Right.
board, this is kind of the end of it.
Once all the white squares. are
Yes,
filled,
white squares specifically.
Which doesn't matter on
when
this
we
side
tease
so
it
much.
on the other
yeah.
side, we'll show you what we mean by that.
Yep.
Innkeeper. Are you done for the turn?
No, but I'm on.
Innkeeper, no one's on that.
Nope.
Stable company, no one's on that. Arbiter, I put a force on it.
Jimmy, you better not be on Cats Do Lofties with 1 gold.
We've got 3 supports.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
2, 3, 4 gold. And I get to influence
I
Arbiter's
thought it was
Hall.
early enough I could pull that trick and get away with it.
Where's Arbiter's Hall?
Nope.
Arbiter's
And it
Hall.
is not.
It's not.
I got 1 force on Cleric. Anyone else on Cleric?
No.
You're the only one with force hunter, so
I
doesn't much matter.
doesn't matter. You're right. Shut up. I'm sorry. 5 gold, and I influence the Pantheon. My bad. That was not meant to rub it
But
in.
it matters for the
Cats
smack
do
talk.
lofties.
I got
I have a gold.
Is that the
So
last one y'all have?
We bounce. Yes.
Okay. So that was it. Yeah. There's obviously a few more, but no one else had any tokens on them.
So I have 1 force and 3 gold. So I'm going to take 1 more gold to get myself up
I've
to
got
5
I've
tokens.
got 1 force, 2 blackmail, and 9 gold.
I've got 1 force, so I need 4 gold from the pile, please.
9 gold seems excessive.
How much you need from
4 gold.
4 gold.
You
just
can
give
just
me
give
out of
him
yours.
4 out of your 9 and you'll still be great.
I'll still be over the mark.
Yeah, you'll still be fine. So everybody had a force?
I think so. You had a force
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
Jimmy? Yeah.
So we have a question. Since we have a turn where one player has much more influence than the others, how much of this game is trying to make the king bounce, and how much is progressing your position? That depends on the strategy you play.
Depends on every player too.
Yeah, like if you play with Randy, he'll pick a spot,
Which we will be playing with Randy on stream at some point. with this.
He tends to pick a spot, declare it his, and he'll bid 1 gold there until.
Well, sometimes he'll just bid a stack on a thing and just be like, "This is my spot." for
Yeah,
the
he'll
game."
declare that his spot, and then he'll run everyone off of it with extremely high bids, and then he'll drop back down to a gold until you try to contest him
It's-
again, and he'll
He'll
badger.
do it again.
It's as much about seeing how everyone around you's bidding. Like when Phil, so the way that round went for me was when Phil said, "You sure like Crime Lord," I immediately said, I didn't have anything on Crime Lord. I immediately put a gold on Crime Lord because when someone calls out a specific thing,
Yep.
they either want you to bid or don't want you bid. So I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Well, you have
Like,
the
'cause
money
no
to
one has it.
spend. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt
like,
to throw
I was like, I'm gonna
one.
throw 1 on it because at worst I get it for almost nothing. Or
Yeah.
it's reading your opponent's level. It's got a little bit of pokery elements to it in that way.
Bluffing.
Yes.
Table talk is totally fair.
Oh yeah.
If
Please.
you want to make deals with people, you can totally make deals. You deal with those who break their word however best suits your table.
Yep.
I'm set.
And remember, the thing is, there's 12 spots, and you can only bid on up to 6. So sometimes, some turns, if you know that people are arguing over one particular thing, you end up going somewhere else. You just say
Yeah.
pick your poison.
Like if someone's in the lead, then yes, it is in your interest to try to stop them. Like if they're consistently, I'm taking this thing every turn, and they're starting to run away with it. Like you do have to work to try to stop them if you want a chance to win the game. If they're constantly taking like the University, which is worth 50 points at the end, and Corvosa, which is 45 at the end, and they're looking at 90 points at the end of the game, then yeah, you do have to try to do something about that while also balancing your own stuff. Like it's part of the strategy of the game. You can't ignore what everyone else is doing.
Exactly.
Are we set?
I
Set to
think
go.
so.
All right, let's do it. I hope I tied Hunter on
You
the
did
crime
tie
lord.
something with me.
Nice.
So he stopped the crime lord from happening for once. I have 1 blackmail and Hell Knight.
Headmaster?
Headmaster, I'm sorry. So I get 1 support, 1 force, and I influence the University. I got 1 on Field Marshal, 1 blackmail.
Nothing here.
Nothing there.
Nothing.
So 1 force, influence the High Bridge. Where the heck? I keep forgetting where these things are. I got 3 on the Hell Knight.
Seems a little ridiculous.
No.
Yeah. 3 support and 1 force. And we got Fisherman up.
2 gold.
You got it.
All right.
So you turned it in 2 gold into 5 gold.
And that
No,
is
no,
one
no,
of
I
the
did-
really
3
3
gold,
gold
so
and
sorry.
5 support.
Support.
it's one of the cool things when you figure out something people aren't really going for, you can usually get it cheap.
Yeah, usually I'm
Unless you and the other player decide at the exact same time to
do
go
it.
after Cats Do Lofties
Right.
for 1
Can
gold.
you give me 5 support, Hunter?
I did.
Okay.
I moved you up.
All right.
Sable Company?
Innkeeper.
Innkeeper, sorry. No, anyone?
Nobody? Sable Company. Force and a gold.
You got it.
Overpaid, but
See, I wouldn't have expected you to put that much on Sable Company, but I almost went for it. So
so blackmail.
blackmail.
And I'll be in.
And
for
influence.
both.
But I should have known because you've gotten so many
Yeah,
on
he's
Port
getting a lot up
Corvosa.
there.
I've got 3 gold on Arbiter,
Looks like it's yours.
Yours?
so I get 4 gold and 3 supports, and I influence Arbiter's Hall again.
Welcome Time Roller. Yeah, this is an updated Revolution. It's themed for Pathfinder. It has got several elements of the original Revolution and its expansions rolled in and updated. And we'll be doing a Kickstarter for this in July.
Yep, July 18th. One thing to note, go back to the overhead for me real quick, Brandon. I just want to kind of mention something because people were talking about like where people are bidding, how to control where like people going crazy. We're already 1 cube away from filling up Arbiter's Hall. So this Arbiter power that I've been kind of going after is going to become way less useful over the course of the game, especially on the smaller zones where it's like
3 support and 4 gold. It's still handy,
it's
though.
still handy. Like
Yeah.
it's still worth going for potentially, but you're getting less value as soon as a spot fills up because generally that means you're missing out on some kind of
That's
area
important to
control.
note, though. When an area is full, even if you win the space on the board, you can't put a cube. If
Exactly.
It's full.
Right. You can't influence it any longer.
But
Yep.
that's where the powers that let you swap cubes around and replace cubes really come in handy.
Right.
Exactly.
So those become more important, more fought over spaces.
Yes.
Thanks, Will. I thought it was appropriate too.
Cleric. I've got a force there. It's afraid of force for 5 gold.
Did you just punch the cleric?
I did punch the cleric, and I'm going into the
That is
Pantheon.
not how this works.
And I'm eating his crackers. Cats Do Lofties, Red Mantis, and looks like Magistrate. Looks like Phil.
I got a
took the
force and a
Magistrate.
gold on the
All right,
magistrate.
and I just put a gold on it.
All right, so 7 support for red.
Okay.
And I may move one of my cubes already on the board. And I feel at this point,
I'm really spread out, but I've got a couple spots I might be able to take.
I'm going to move out of East Shore
Okay.
into West Dock.
Are you sure?
No, but yes.
Okay.
And I got 0 tokens that turn, so I have 5 gold.
So I have 3 force and 8 gold.
All right, I've got 3 gold and a blackmail, so if you could hand me 2 gold. 3 force and 8 gold, huh? All right, so I'm the only one with blackmail this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, noted.
That's very valuable information. Like that's so the thing is, you usually can't like you can convert gold into any resource, but generally you can't convert force into more force. You can't like
Right, force generally won't win you more.
exactly.
Force.
Force can win you more blackmail, which is kind of a downgrade for you, but maybe
Yeah.
more stuff. So the fact that I don't have blackmails actually means I probably won't have a lot of force next round unless I can sneak away with a couple of the spots with gold.
You do. There is still the crime lord, which can get you.
Which I've been
well,
winning.
It gets you blackmail, but
Y'all
not
have.
force.
That's where I've gotten most of my force though, or most of my
Blackmail.
early tokens, my blackmail tokens.
Yeah, you kept choosing the 2 blackmail.
And if you hadn't stopped me this round, it would have been a nightmare.
All right.
Let's see.
I hear your excuses.
I'm gonna go with here, I think, and then we'll see what we do with this gold.
So the thing is, the hunter's got a lot of gold this turn, though, so
Yeah,
it's
it's-
hard to.
Yeah,
since every
it's-
pace is going to use gold. It's also a little bit hard to figure out how to counter him.
It is tough.
But he is limited to 6 spaces. So
he
yes.
is.
what is he? What is
And
he
he's
going to be
limited to
going
8
for?
gold. So we know he won't put more than 8 gold on one space.
Good.
That's true. So, and it's more gold than the rest of us.
To be
have, though,
fair,
so he could load it
red
all
is
in
only
one.
one behind me right now. Y'all have been kind of in like so. Part of the thing with Crime Lord, especially, it's trading the fact that I could be scoring 8 points.
Oh
for
yeah,
2
you could have
blackmail.
been racking up a lot of
I
points.
think I've won it 3 times, so that would have been
that would have been
32,
24.
24, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, makes you think. But I think the
Hey,
blackmail early
you chose
game.
wrong. That's not my fault.
I think the blackmail early game it gets me more points overall.
And once the game ends and we start scoring the locations, it can really vary the scores.
Yeah, I mean, considering that these locations, the lowest scoring location out here is for
20, I
20
think?
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way up to 50. So, like, there's a lot of points that are on the board. The scores in this game generally are pretty varied. It's one of those games that can be close, but, like, close is kind of variable.
Yeah,
in
close
this
can
game.
be a couple dozen points apart.
Because it could be, like, in the last turn, someone swaps a cube in the spot, and you're like, something like, well, that they got it. It's still tense because it came down to the last move, but they win by a good amount because they swap a cube here or there or something like that. You good, Jimmy?
I think we're
I'm
good.
set. Why don't you stack more gold on that crime? What'd you do, 4?
I did 5.
Nice. I only did 3.
There we go.
He
You did make me overpay.
He knew none of us had more than 5 gold.
Right.
So he was at least
So-
going to tie us and
Yeah,
push the crime war.
that's what I did. I planned for. I definitely remembered
that
to
was
count that.
absolutely the strategy.
I'm taking the 2 blackmail. Whoops, headmaster.
Blackmail.
There you go. See this, and this is where I couldn't bid on. Like I could try for gold, but I know Jimmy's probably going to go for that. So 1 support, you get a force, and you get to influence the university. I'll put you down there.
Thank you.
Boom. Field marshal.
Nope.
No one. Okay. I put 4 on Hell Knight. 4 on Hell Knight.
That was a little excessive.
It was considered no one else bid on it. So I get 3 support and a force.
Big paydays for the crime ward and the Hell Knight.
I pinned 1 force on fisherman. I punched the fisherman.
All right. Well, I lose my 2 gold there.
I get 5 gold for that. Nope, 5 support and 3
5
gold.
support
I
and
always
3 gold.
misread that. I don't know why. So 5 support, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I influence the west dock. So now the west dock is filled up. That doesn't mean that we can't interact with it. It just means that now the fisherman spot, you're no longer getting a cube.
Oh
on
yeah,
the board.
don't worry. We are interacting with it.
Oh, I know. Innkeeper,
2 gold.
you got it.
All right. So 3 support,
That was a cheap innkeeper,
That was and 3 support.
a blackmail, and
Yep.
influence the East Shore.
I got
which
you.
is totally empty at the moment.
Yep, because you moved out of it. Sable Company, nothing there. I got a force on Arbiter, so I
lose
all
my gold
yours.
there.
punch that guy in the face. I get 4 gold. I get 3 support, and I get influence at Arbiter's Hall, which I believe fills up, right? Yep, that is now filled up officially too.
Okay.
I got a punch on Cleric. We're gonna walk into the
Nice.
church
You just-
again. Get 5 gold, and we influence the Pantheon. Pantheon. So that one's getting close too. Cats do lofties.
I have 1 gold on it, so I get it.
All right.
Replace an opponent's cube with one of yours.
This is where that power gets real
So
strong.
West Dock.
Yep, feels
Pull
bad.
a blue, please.
Yep. I'm about to lose all my spot on the board for this. Okay, and now Red Mantis, you get that too.
I have Red Mantis. Swap any cube in a key area with a cube from another key area.
These are key areas,
So,
just for the terminology's
It's
sake.
any cube, so it doesn't have to be my
Correct.
Do not have
cubes.
to be. Neither of the cubes have to be yours.
Yes.
Jimmy, you're going to be mad at the amount of gold I have.
So I
Probably.
think the
got a lot of
answer
that middle row.
here.
I've been on all of them. I wanted to see how much I can get in one turn.
Yeah. University,
Mhm.
please swap 1 yellow for 1 blue in Highbridge.
Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'll take it. Cool, and I think that's it.
And
No
I
one
got
got Magistrate?
no tokens, so I'm back to 5 gold again.
I should have thrown that 1 gold on Magistrate instead of Arbiter.
I have 12 gold, 2 blackmail, and a force.
I have a force and a blackmail, and I will take 3 gold to go back to a starting hand.
I'm going to use
Or
my
I'll take 6 gold.
5
sure.
gold.
Oh, wait, no, I thought you said 3. Oh, you already took your?
Yeah, I took it from the stuff I spent.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry.
And I'm going to use it as poorly as I can. 5 gold.
5 gold.
Here we go.
How many gold did you have, Hunter?
12.
Too many.
Okay.
So
Too many.
2 blackmail and a force.
Well-
Wait, does anyone else have force?
I have a force and a blackmail and 3 gold.
Okay, so there's
You
no
better put
freebies.
all those on the crime lord so you're sure you get it.
I feel like I should at this point because I'm the problem. So here's the problem. Now all the spots where I was getting the points or getting like a bunch of free,
Right.
not free, but a lot of resources, the cubes are filled up or like really close to filled up. It's like Westdock is Fisherman, Arbiter's Hall is filled, Pantheon's close, but still, I could still put something there. But like, it's getting to that point
Arbiter's Hall filled fast.
yeah, we usually don't fill the Arbiter that fast. I don't think.
Mm-mm. You keep going to see the cleric a lot.
I keep
What's
punching him in
that
the
about?
face. I
Feels guilty.
I feel guilty about punching the cleric.
There it is.
I walk in, I punch him, and then said, I have to confess, I punched you in the face.
I'm gonna start having some turnover there.
This guy just kind of walks in and wails on me and then walks out.
I
Says
think
sorry.
they'd get a door. East Shore is still really empty.
Yep.
Is
It's-
University going to be the last one to fill?
I think Fort Corvosa.
Yeah,
that-
nobody's really going after Headmaster. Hunter.
No, we bounce a headmaster a lot.
We keep bouncing
That's
on it.
fair.
That's true. I'll have another gold. Wait, do I have another
Nobody
gold?
knows how to win.
Whoops. I just knocked everything on my board around.
It's not more than 6
right.
spots.
That is not
Roll
what
turn
blind
cancel.
bidding means.
Blind bidding, just throw everything.
Just don't even
1,
look
2,
and
3,
just
4,
drop it
5,
on the
6,
board.
7, 8. Yeah, that's just gold that was behind my shield. Where's my force at? Oh, no, that was right, because this is a force. I miscounted.
Where's my force? I mean, the one in your hand?
The one in my hand. Indeed.
So if Hunter has force, what are the odds he's going to see the cleric?
Pretty good.
No, I would never. I would never as I'm punching him in the face.
Stop hitting yourself.
Why are you hitting yourself? What's going That's just too
All
much.
right.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm set. Oh, I'm angry.
Crime Lord. I get way overpaid. I
Good.
am going to get 8 support.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep on you over.
Seems like a mistake, but okay.
It seems that way, but I'm gonna take some of it. Headmaster, I've got 1 blackmail, 2 gold, so I get 1 force.
way overpaid on that,
I
too.
did too. I did. I get 1 force. I get 1 support, and I get influence at the university. What is this? Field marshal, a blackmail and a gold.
Just a blackmail.
I get a force. I didn't pay overpay on that technically, and a high bridge. Where's high bridge?
No, you paid
No,
enough
you
to win
paid
it.
exactly what
Exactly.
you needed to win.
Hell Knight.
Nope.
2 gold, 3 support, 1 force. Fisherman.
1.
1.
Oh no!
Bounce
Why?
it is.
Innkeeper.
No.
No. Sable Company.
2 gold.
You got it.
All right.
Get a blackmail.
And blackmail and
Oh,
4
you got blackmail
Corvosa.
there. I'll let you pull out that pile. Yeah, I think Fort Corvosa is well Jimmy's. Maybe. You did Sable Company. Arbiter.
Nope.
2 gold.
2 gold on Arbiter.
You got it.
So 3 support, please. And since Arbiter's Hall is filled, I do not get to place an influence cube.
Cleric, I punch him in the face and I give him a gold. So,
Oh, that's kind.
you know, I decided to
Get your
be
tithe in.
nice. Get my
Do you
tithe
like
in.
hold the gold in your fist when you punch him?
Like a roll of quarters.
Oh no. Oh no.
Here, let me pay you. 2 gold
2
on
gold on
Cat's So
Cat's
bounce there.
It looks like it goes down to Magistrate because Red
Yeah.
Red
All right,
Mantis.
I got a force on the magistrate, so 7 support,
It's all yours.
Nice.
and I can move one of my cubes on the board.
Ooh, that's powerful because Jimmy has 4 Corvosa. It's a little under lock, so he could theoretically move to another zone to like strengthen his position, or he can move out of a zone that he doesn't think he's going to win.
Well, he can
Well, I'm going to move
tie up.
out
Yeah.
of West Dock and come
Yep.
into the.
Yep.
Pantheon. So now the Pantheon's locked. We have to do some.
You have to swap though,
shenanigans.
Jimmy. So the blue needs to.
No, I move
yeah,
one of
it
my
is-
cubes to.
Oh yeah, this is
I
the
move
move.
one of my
Magistrate.
cubes already on the board.
It's just a move.
I just moved.
Oh,
one-
magic. Sorry, I was thinking red mantis.
Yeah,
That's
no,
on
this
me.
was
That's on me.
magistrate, yeah.
Yep.
So y'all fill up on tokens. I've got 3 force
I have 5
and
gold,
5 gold.
Blackmail and 4 gold.
So Jimmy's the only one with blackmail. I'm the only one with force,
and I have 5 gold.
and you have 5 gold. Yes, and Phil has 5 gold.
I'm
Nobody
gonna put
forget.
all my gold on the crime lord so that Hunter can't get it.
Okay, I'm gonna take these 3 fist punchy boys.
They
And
can't
see
go
what
to
I
the
can
crime
get.
lord.
They can't.
You can go see the cleric though.
See, but now that the Pantheon's filled, that feels like a weird trade. And Arbiter's Hall, right?
Hey, if you're gonna beat on the cleric, don't
Pantheon's
stop.
filled.
Arbiter's
Arbiter's
Hall
Hall
is
is filled.
Oh, it's tough.
West Dock is
Woodstock is
filled.
not filled.
Oh, it's not.
I
There's
moved
one
out.
space.
I moved out.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
You did.
Yes, you did.
That's a tough one.
So clearly, the answer is I need to throw my money away and make bad decisions.
Right.
Haven't you already been doing
Done.
that?
I'm on it.
It wasn't
Got
that
it.
already your plan?
Got it.
Doing what I'm best at. Or I should say, I work in the game industry. I'm sticking with what I know.
We know how this works.
Do you
Jimmy,
want to do that there? What do
He
you think?
does.
Do you want to go?
we're already locked in.
here?
You can flip to his board.
Yeah,
Brandon.
we know what we're doing.
Put up a Twitch poll. See,
I'll go.
where should I bid?
Do we do that number there, or
You should totally do that. That is
or-
perfect.
or do we go?
That
do
is
we,
no.
do we think Hunter
Oh,
maybe skip
interesting.
this here, or
Interesting. I'd be intrigued.
I think we're gonna go with our initial
how it reached
instinct and go
I
with
like.
that.
I think that's. A,
I think you made
you're
the
lucky
right
you
call.
didn't go on that because that would have
I
just
don't
been a
like
waste.
the call you made, but you made the right
That was the right
call.
call. So Crime Lord, I did 3. Good choice. I'm gonna once again go with 8. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh god. Headmaster.
2 gold.
Blackmail.
Jimmy's
beats
got a
him.
blackmail.
Oh no, Jimmy and see the problem is the people that are bouncing aren't me and someone else. It's always Jimmy
Right.
and Phil keep bouncing off each other.
wait,
They're like
did we
mind
bounce
melded.
on
You
that?
win. No, you win.
No, you
Oh,
won
okay.
that one.
But
Yeah,
you,
like I
but,
thought it was
no,
only
y'all
blackmail.
just keep beating each other. Is the
Yeah.
problem.
So 1 support. for
maybe
me,
we think we're
1
clerics.
force for me, and influence in the university.
Nice. My problem is on the board. Jimmy's starting to manipulate my tokens in ways I don't like. Field Marshal.
1 gold.
Looks like you got it.
Okay.
That was
So I
cheap
get a
one.
force, influence high bridge, which
Is it
now
full?
is full.
Now it's full. I've got 2 on Hell Knight, 2 gold. So I get 1 force
Nice.
and 3 support.
The positioning of my board is specific because it's for the camera, but also I don't trust my neighbor.
So we're about to
2 things can be true.
we're about to go on the punching spree because this is my punching aisle.
Okay.
We punch the fisherman with a
The
force.
good news is I'm right-handed.
Take 5 support, 3 gold. 5 supports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I influence the West Docks, which is now filled.
Okay.
I punch the innkeeper, who gives me a blackmail.
I only
3
had a
supports.
gold on the innkeeper.
Yeah, sorry. The reason I'm going through is I'm the one with force. That was one. And influence East Shore, which is this one that
Which
was
is not yet
super
full.
full. And then I punch the Sable Company, the entire company. I get 1 blackmail. So these are technically downgrades, but I knew that I could win them, so I was just like, and these were the only ones left that really had a lot of spots open. So I get a Fort Corvosa just to bug Jimmy a little bit, just to be like, oh yeah,
Looks like Jimmy got the arbiter.
Arbiter. Jimmy gets the Arbiter with 2 gold.
So 3 support,
3
4
supports.
gold.
Nice.
And influence the Arbiter's Hall, which is full.
which is full.
Yes.
And then Cleric, which is why I didn't punch the Cleric because the Pantheon was full. Cats do lofties.
Jimmy got it.
gets
I've only got
gold.
1 gold.
So I can replace an opponent's cube with
Cats
one
do
of
lofties are
mine.
So strong.
Gee, I wonder where that's going to happen.
It's gonna
Pantheon.
That's bad. Jimmy's.
Right
Oh,
here.
interesting.
Oh, that surprises me.
It's a later. He's setting up.
he's-
It's a setup.
He's got plans.
This is brutal.
I have plans.
Yeah, Hunter jumps to an early lead by spamming as much as he can out there to get a lot of tokens, but we'll see if he gets to hold on to it.
The thing
It's
is, I
down
just
to
have
the-
lots of tokens. That I will say though, in this game, one thing that sometimes, even in playtests with people that have played before, you want tokens on the board.
You do want-
want to get your cubes out there,
Cubes
'cause
on the
at
board.
the end of the
Yeah.
game. It's so hard to fight over stuff. Like at the end of the game, like the magistrate becomes so powerful that everyone's fighting over.
Yeah,
it
if
'cause
you
they
don't have
wanna
any
replace
cubes
that
on the
cube.
board, you're screwed.
Yeah, no, the whole game. One of the things I've loved about Revolution over the years, the whole game is a balance because you have to balance. You can't ignore any one of these three things: is your position on the board because there are so many points there
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the game. Your total point tracks of the support that you're getting throughout the game. Because Bill and I are back here, and Hunter's already at like 72.
Yeah,
and we're at 32.
The reason, and that kind of goes into why I tried to score those 8 points in the last couple rounds because
Yeah.
I know that my board position is slipping, so I need to get some kind of a pad.
And then where Hunter's been dominating, which is the
Token
token
acquisition.
Tokens.
Because those resources, you've got to keep coming in and using them well.
I'm good at token acquisition, less good at turning tokens into points. I'm really good at turning tokens into more tokens, though. That makes it look really strong.
but you've got to balance all three of those
Yeah.
things when you play.
This round, speaking of, I've only got 2 blackmail, a force, and 3 gold.
4 gold and a force.
I have 4 gold and a force.
So I'm the only blackmail.
All right.
Hunter's the only blackmail.
Good to know.
And it has a normal amount of gold.
Yep, I have 1 more or 2 gold, 2 blackmail, 1 force.
You have 2 gold.
You only have
actually
2
have less
gold?
gold than all the rest of us.
Well, fine. I think I have 3.
Why
gold.
do you only have 2
No, I have
gold?
3 gold. I just dropped one over here. 1 fell.
Uh-huh.
So much gold, you can't hold on to it all. It just falls
yeah,
everywhere.
3 gold. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do.
All right, Hunter. I'm going to need you to leave that cleric alone.
I don't want to punch him anymore.
You've been beating the cleric enough. Give somebody else a chance. I finally got a force.
I feel like
I'd like to
I feel
go
like
punch
that's
that
telling
cleric
me
in the face.
something specific, and I don't like that.
That I'm jealous that you're the only one beating the cleric?
I don't think that's true. I think you're
What?
doing something else here.
I don't think so.
We'll do that. Jimmy?
He's
having
just got
another
so many
decision.
tokens to spend.
Okay. No?
All right.
Did he switch in the last second? Okay. Crime Lord. Jeez Louise. Okay, my bad. I didn't
Did
mean
we
to-
tie?
Did y'all seriously
3.
tie? Oh my god.
We put just enough to beat Hunter. so-
Yeah.
Well, great.
Or at least tie Hunter.
Yeah.
I got a headmaster blackmail. So I get 1 support, 1 force, and influence the university. Field marshal, anyone on that? No.
No?
I got 2 on Hell Knight. That's the one I actually went in on. So I get 3 support and 1 force. Fisherman. No one.
No.
I punch the innkeeper for 3 support, 1 blackmail, and an influence on the East Shore. Sable Company.
Should have put that one on the end.
Nobody.
Arbiter.
No.
Yeah, at the end you were swapping between them, and then you put on Fisherman. I'm like, okay, cool. And then as soon as the camera flipped away, I thought I saw you move it. I'm like, why? Cleric. Anyone
Nobody.
Cats do lofties.
I have a force and a gold.
You overpaid, but you got it. Paid it.
All right.
So that lets you
Replace
swap.
a cube. So West Dock, if you would pull a blue out and put a red in, that would be
I don't like
swell.
it, but I will.
Thank you. And I'm just going to have 5 gold next
I
turn.
blackmail the red mantis. Swap any cube in a key area with a cube from another key area.
That
So
sounds useful.
I'm going to. This is actually an interesting decision.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. That I would totally do. Perfect. Why'd you do that?
Because I wanted to get. I just wanted to. That's why. Because I wanna.
Way to go.
All right, and I've got
And
the
then you got the
magistrate
magistrate.
for the force.
Nice.
7 support. And I can move one of my cubes already on the board.
You can't.
So we will leave Highbridge for the university.
That's
Don't love it.
good.
No, it's not. Stop saying things like that.
No,
Like,
no, that
that's
was good.
Is that it? That's everybody.
That's it.
So I go up
have
to
5 gold.
5 gold.
2 blackmail, 2 force, and a gold. Wow, wait, just 5 gold, 5 gold?
That's
Seriously?
going to be a problem.
That is an issue.
We bounce on a lot of stuff.
That's right. Y'all bounce on like the only token
But we
generated
will
one.
not bounce on the crime lord.
This is correct.
That was a weird way of saying that, but okay.
Which means we're probably about to bounce on the crime lord.
Y'all are almost assuredly bouncing on the crime
Yeah,
lord
yeah,
now.
totally.
Yeah, that's
Hunter, do you need some help deciding where to place your tokens?
no, I don't think so. I think I'm real good.
I think if you put all your tokens on the innkeeper, that would be the winning move.
I feel like Punch the Innkeeper has been a consistently positive result
Oh,
for
you
me.
can't put blackmail there though, so that won't work. Arbiter. If you put all your tokens
All
on
my-
the arbiter.
Bet it all on Arbiter. just how how I do.
Way to
Play
win.
that. It's the winning plays. We are getting close though, because we've
Oh,
only
yeah,
got
it's
2
really
spots
close.
left on Fort Corvosa, 1 on University, 1 on Highbridge, 1 on East Shore. So we're down to about 4 slots here. 5 shots, it looks like. So we're getting there.
Depends on how much we bounce.
Yeah. To be fair, it's you guys are stopping me, but then you're also like not.
We're
getting
stopping
the-
each other.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you are.
That's the way we're stopping you.
You've Pacific Rim mind melded over here, so everyone's just like we're in the drift and just blocking each other.
Are we set?
I'm set.
All
Let's do
right,
it.
let's go.
Crime Lord wins it with a gold,
1.
just right out of the gate.
So I'm going to take 2 blackmail because I would like to
Need
know
it.
what that's like.
We got Headmaster. I went with that blackmail. We get 1 support, 1 force, and a university influence that is now filled up.
Okay.
1 on field marshal.
More importantly, it's tied up.
Yeah, exactly. Influence the Highbridge.
Beats my gold.
It does. It does indeed. And that's now filled up. And I got a force for that. 1 on Hell Knight, which gets
4
Hell Knight.
really beat. Jeez Louise.
4 on
Phil.
Hell Knight.
Okay.
No, I stayed
So I'm
off
gonna
Crime
get a
Lord because I
force
assumed you were going to put your stuff on Crime Lord,
And
not the
3
Hell Knight.
support for...
All
I did put a gold on.
Yeah,
Crime Lord.
1. Thought we were going to split them.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, my mistake.
Fisherman.
2 on Fisherman.
You got it.
All right, 5 support, 3 gold. Westdock is full.
Innkeeper, Sable Company, Arbiter. Oh wait, you guys don't have anything left? Okay,
No,
my
I'm-
bad. Cats do lofties. Replace an opponent's cube with one of yours. Well,
University is worth
kind
a
of
lot
gotta
of
do
points.
that. And then
Did you also get Red Mantis?
I did not. I went with Magistrate. So
That's
I
a
get
good one.
I get 7 support, and I can move one of my cubes already on the board. So 2, 6, 7. And for that one, I feel like I can just do this.
You're just giving that up entirely?
I don't want to.
So you're
but
just
like,
admitting that you've lost there.
God, shut up, Phil. Why are you doing this to me?
When you're so close to winning. Them.
I'm not. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to hear it. We're going out. Okay. We're going out like a bunch of punks.
All right.
I got 3 force and 3 gold.
I have 2
Or no,
gold,
sorry, 2 force and 3 gold. Sorry.
2 gold, 2 blackmail, and 1 force.
I have 5 gold.
2
So
gold,
I have
2
the only
You
blackmail.
got the only blackmail. This is
and
your,
2 of them
and 2 of
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
you
that's
all,
correct.
you yes.
Is what I've heard.
I've heard this.
All right, so I know what this means. This means I can finally, for the first time, win the headmaster.
That's yes,
now that
that's
the
what it
university's
means.
full.
You got to win something.
No, the universe. Oh, yeah, Fort Corvus is the
Yeah,
one. Yeah. Okay. Do I want that actually?
Probably not. So every location is full except for Fort Corvosa now,
That is correct.
and it's 3 empty spaces.
3 empty spaces.
Yep.
Okay.
Westdock is
The
full.
Westdock should be full. Yeah, one of the cubes is a little bit off.
Hunter can't place cubes.
It's in the It's in the little gap thing. I think this may be a mistake, but we're going to see how this goes.
Aren't they all mistakes?
Also true.
Also, I've
think-
made my mistakes. I'm ready to
I
review.
think I've got to do it this
Also
way
true.
because can't just
Okay.
got gold, so I can't trust you people.
All right.
Okay.
I can't trust you people. Yeah. Why'd I do that? I knew you had just gold. I'm an idiot. Okay. Crime
All right.
Lord, you got it.
3. I'll take the 2 blackmail.
Oh, that was stupid.
I needed tokens. I needed tokens
That
last
was
turn.
dumb. Headmaster, no one. Field Marshal, no one. Then you get
2 on the Hell Knight, so I get 3 support.
I'm a dummy.
1, 2, 3, and a force.
Nice.
That's
See, the
me.
force.
Fisherman, I have 2 gold.
You got it.
So 5 support, please. And I would say influence West Dock, but no.
No such luck. Innkeeper, nothing.
Nobody?
I punch Sable Company. I get 1 blackmail.
Like all of them?
all of them at
Okay.
once, and I influence Fort Corvosa.
It's kind of like line them up and
Just
run down the chain.
Just
Arbiter, no one.
No
Cleric, no one. Cat's Too Lofties I overpaid for. Replace an opponent's cube with one of mine.
you want to talk about overpaying? We'll get there. I'll show
Jimmy's.
You're still giving up on Fort
winning.
Corvosa? You're so close to winning it, and
But
you're
now
giving
He's
it
just
up?
trying to distract you from the West Dock.
What is going on here with you two? I don't like it. I am gonna do West Dock for now,
That
but
seems like an odd choice.
okay,
I have a blackmail on Red Mantis.
sure. You got the
So we're
last
going to
ones.
swap a cube in a key area with a cube in a key area, which tells me one yellow cube from Fort Corvosa with 1 blue cube in West Dock.
Yep, kind of was thinking that would happen. Okay, and then you get Magistrate as well.
I way overpaid on
Force
Magistrate.
and blackmail, which is good. I almost went Force and gold. So
I mean,
I'm glad I didn't.
with one of my cubes
And you get
already
7
on
support.
the board,
Where would you like
which
to move?
was a bad. Well, I got my 7 support,
Yep.
but that was a horrible decision on my part.
on the swap
Because, well, no, it's move.
Yeah.
So I can only move to Fort Corvosa.
Correct.
true.
Like I said, that
but
was
it's
a
a May.
You don't
not a
have
must.
to. It's a
You don't-
May.
You don't have to.
You just overpaid for 7 points.
It
is
would
pretty much what it comes
seem
down to.
stupid to not do a stupid thing.
You could move from a spot where you know you're losing to another spot where you're losing.
You mean the board?
I wasn't trying to say that.
I was. I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
It won't help me, and it would only help one of you if I move.
Ah, man. You sure?
I'm
So I
positive
get
it would only
4
help
gold
you.
to fill in my hand. I've got 1 blackmail, 4 gold now.
I have 5 gold, so the crime lord is mine if I want it, because Hunter can't have
That's
it.
true.
I've got a force, 2 blackmail, and 2 gold.
Okay.
How's it feel, Hunter?
What happened to my token generation here?
You started going for points instead of blackmail.
What is wrong with me? I lost my way.
What did you have, Hunter? You had
4 gold and the blackmail.
blackmail. Okay.
It's not looking good.
And Phil had 5 gold.
5 gold.
Okay. So the force is mine.
Yes.
That's a weird sentence, but yes, that's accurate. The force is
The
mine.
force is mine. None of you.
Sounds
have
like a
force.
rejected Star Wars line. Darth Vader.
Something a Sith would say.
The force is mine. Aren't you supposed to say you're my father? No, the force is mine.
So, lock down Fort Corvosa.
Lock down Fort Corvosa.
There's 2 spaces in Fort Corvosa.
There are 2 spots left. And this is so an in-game doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, there's 2 spaces. That means there's 2 more turns. Because people could theoretically avoid going there if they want to try to keep doing stuff. But it generally does mean the in-game is pretty near.
Wait, we can do stuff in this game?
Other than Phil. Actually,
Okay.
you're tied with Jimmy right now.
Yeah.
You're tied with Jimmy.
Jimmy's got a
Effectively tied with
lot of
Jimmy.
board control there, though.
Effectively tied with Jimmy.
Actually, I don't. I'm currently. I only have Fort Corvosa.
Sounds like somebody should make Hunter stop it.
Fort Corvosa. Stop what? I have 4 gold and a blackmail this turn. This ain't the turn Hunter's stopping anything. If anything, this is the turn the Hunter has a 5 gold
Stopping
hand.
Hunter is what he said, not have Hunter stop something.
Oh, okay.
Make Hunter stop it, not have Hunter stop it. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. I don't get the difference. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some tokens to actually do something.
Crime Lord. Looks like
I
you got
put
it.
3 gold on
Put a
there.
gold on it just to.
It's all yours.
I
to
just
scout.
wanted the 2 blackmail.
Yep.
No, it's fair. That's fair. Headmaster, Field Marshal, Hell Knight. So I get 3 and a force.
Overpaid for the whole bottom row. All right.
Heck yeah.
But you
Fisherman,
got it.
Did
Innkeeper, Sable Company. We bounce.
Bounce on Sable Company.
I got a blackmail on
Yep,
Arbiter.
you get it.
So that's 3 support, 2, 3, 4 gold, and Arbiter's Hall, which is nothing.
Looks to me like you're gonna have all your tokens.
Right, Arbiter's Hall's empty, right? Or full up. Right?
Yeah, it's full.
Yep.
Okay. Cleric.
Nobody.
Cats do. Yeah, you Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's
So
like
forcing the cats to
about to
replace an
really-
opponent's cube with one of your own.
This is a rock.
disrupt the game.
So we are going to go ahead and
This is
see
bad.
that ties
Yep.
up.
Which
then,
isn't
'cause
gonna
then he
last for long.
Then he can swap.
Uh-huh.
And then I won Red Mantis, so I can swap any cube for with
Or
another
any
cube.
cube.
It's great.
So I think we swap.
Yep. That with a red probably somewhere.
Yeah, we can do a red. Phil's not winning
Yeah.
here, so we'll move him in here.
Yep. And then you get Magistrate, which lets you move.
Or
You got a different idea there?
knock down some stuff behind me, apparently. Yeah, actually, instead of that,
Okay.
there's no reason to keep it close, right?
Right.
Oh, just you mean.
Oh, so you'll just go
Hunter's
ahead
winning
and
here, so-
completely.
I see what you're
Yep.
saying.
Abandon Westdock there.
Just entirely.
And now you can move a cube,
And now I can move one of my cubes on the board.
which you can
If you
do the
want
east
to,
shore
and
if
you
want.
probably do at this point.
Yep.
Come over here.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got a force and 4 gold.
And I get 7 support. of
oh
Magistrate
yeah,
as well.
good point.
I have 2 blackmail and 3 gold.
Jimmy has 5 gold.
I have 5 gold.
You went all out, so I'm the only force guy here.
And I put my board upside down.
And I put, just
So
for
I have
fun.
the only blackmail.
So now we have an opening spot in East Shore as well. And
Who
we
had
have the-
force?
I have 1 force
You
and
have
4 gold.
force. Okay.
So you got 1 force, you've got
2 blackmail and 3 gold.
and 3 gold. And I've got 5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's possible that this is the last turn.
It's possible.
Possible.
We'll see how likely. Jimmy's deciding so you can focus on his board, Brandon.
Yeah, we've already made our decisions.
We're good.
We're all set.
You're locked in.
Jimmy, don't do that.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't want to see his board. It makes me anxious.
Knowing where he's screwed with you, no matter where he
make it
puts
stop.
That's how you decide where to place. You just wait to hear the cringe happen on the other side of the table and go, oh, there. Okay.
No.
It is interesting seeing like someone do it as your, because this is not a
While
view that
cheating?
we ever get. Yeah, while he cheats and looks at our boards.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Says that, and
Give Jimmy a countdown.
I'm gonna bet that Hunter has used his force on Cat Stew
That makes sense.
because he really wants to so back up some board position.
Yeah.
That's a fair assumption, considering that you think I think about this.
Let's make sure.
Okay.
That's contested, not just open for another round.
So we're set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good decisions all around. So yeah, I was on Cats too. Crime Lord,
2 gold.
1 gold.
So I get 2 blackmail. Wait, hang on 1 sec.
Or do you want the support?
That's the question is, so East Shore is going to get filled in, it looks like.
Yes.
Just not by me.
And Corvosa is going to get filled.
Is
So
gonna get filled.
this
So this is the
should
last
be
round.
the last round.
Well, it has to be the last round. It's going to get filled. So the
Yeah.
stuff will move around, but this will be the last
Also-
round.
So at the end of the game,
Tokens are also worth points.
tokens are worth points,
Yeah.
but I think your 8 points is a better deal because aren't blackmails worth
Blackmail,
3?
yeah. So gold will be worth, at the end of the game, any tokens you've won, you don't fill back up to 5, but gold will be worth 1, blackmail will be worth 3, force will be worth 5. So that's 6 for 6 if I take that, or 8 if I take the points. So I will take the points and take 8
Yeah,
points.
totally take the 8.
61.
Okay, so headmaster, that gives me 1 support, 1 force, which is effectively 5 points, and influence the university.
Just full.
Oh, it's full.
Which is full.
Oh, whoops. Field marshal,
Nobody.
Hell Knight,
That's
3
you.
support and a force, so pretty much 8 points. That's not bad. Fisherman,
Blackmail.
you got it.
So 5 support, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go there for the support, but I'm
3
like, no, I
gold.
want to I wanted to make sure that the East Shore filled up.
You wanted
this
to lock
turn.
it down?
Yeah, that's
because
kind of
because
what
I'm ahead here, so I wanted.
I threw
wanted
one
to
on there
push
just
the
in case no one else did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Phil actually wins Innkeeper.
Innkeeper, so 3 support, 1 blackmail, and influence the East Shore,
Yes,
please.
that's filled.
Did you give me his 3 support?
I did not. Sorry. Sable Company.
2 gold.
Yep, you got it.
So I get a blackmail, and into Fort Corvosa.
Okay. Next to Arbiter, Cleric. I've got 1 on Catstew. So you've got, what's the last one there?
I've got Red Mantis.
So you just get to swap things around.
You get to replace a cube with one of yours. He
Yeah.
gets to swap 2 cubes around.
So, I mean, theoretically, if you'd want to, you can control a winner there. I'm winning here.
I suspect he will probably.
Try to affect one of the things that he's on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this because I just don't want. Like, if he wants to give you 50, he can.
You're gonna try to nullify my points.
Yeah, like, because I can't win. I can't stop you there where I'm already winning here. Like, that's
So
like
I get
I thought it
to
was,
swap
you are winning. I
now?
thought it was a tie down there. Okay.
All right, so Hunter's winning there.
Jimmy's
You're
got 40.
tied there.
I'm tied here. Jimmy's winning
Jimmy's
this.
got that.
I've got Arbiter's Hall, but that's only 25. This is theoretically worse for a bigger score for me. Actually, this
So-
is my biggest score. It's 40.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do to stop you there. I mean, I could tie you up by hurting myself or something.
If you, you'd be stopping my points, but not gaining new points.
Right. Everywhere I'm in, I'm tied up.
Well,
or
if you
losing.
swap here, you'd win that spot.
Yeah,
can-
but
you can
I don't want that.
you can
spot.
swing
I mean,
West
it's
Dock
only
to
20
you.
points.
You can swing West Dock to yourself, Phil.
Oh yeah, you can,
But
but you'd still. Be
Yeah,
up
but I
40.
have to
No.
give something up.
no, you don't.
Ah, I got it. Nope. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're cutting
No, no,
some
no.
on my.
You take. He's winning that. You can't take them away from him.
Why not? I can swap.
You can. Well, you could. Yeah, you can nullify that, but that won't help you in West Dock.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You could take me from out of there.
But I don't want to.
Okay.
I mean, he's already winning it. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's something else.
He
I
wants
can
to
do.
stop me and win some
Oh, he
points,
wants to
and
do
I don't
both
know
of
if there's
those.
a way to do it.
I don't see a way to do it.
Yeah.
I think you can do one or the other. You can.
Yeah,
You
that
can either
seems
get
to
points
be
for
my
yourself
choice.
or take points from Hunter.
I think taking points from me while you're in last place feels bad. It's probably the way. To
Oh, it's the best way to do it.
In that case, the biggest swing is you can
This one's
put Hunter down. You
35.
can put me 50 over Hunter.
Well,
There you can
or I
take-
could not do that.
There you can take Hunter down by 35.
Yeah,
no, you can
that's
take me down by 40 by just
take me down
swapping by swapping one of my cubes or one of the yellow cubes into there. That cuts 40 off me.
No, it doesn't. You still win it.
Oh, you're right. 'cause
Yeah,
it's tied. Yeah, yeah.
He could swap here
That's true. That
and
would take 40
take the
off.
40 off of you.
Yeah, that's true.
swap where?
The red
You
and the
could,
blue.
you're red out of
Because
here.
I'd be tied there.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
It would still.
So East Dock and West Dock are both tied up.
It would limit
You
my
could,
bonus.
you could
for
tie
sure.
up Arbiters or Hybrid. You could tie up High Bridge, just 40 points. You can't tie up Arbiter's Hall.
But Arbiter's Hall is a lost cause anyway,
The
so that
biggest-
feels like
you
the
could
one
tie up the
to.
Pantheon, but
The biggest
High Bridge is
negative
more.
is
Yeah.
the high bridge.
Can you-
So
and
I'm
there's
gonna-
not
there,
two
there.
that you can tie up at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I'll swap the High Bridge and Arbiters.
cool.
Since you're already winning the Arbiters no matter what.
Yeah, there's no. So that the game ends there. Since we filled up the board, so we'd count up our bonuses, which in the case our tokens, I get 10 bonus for my 2 force tokens.
I get 3 bonus for my blackmail.
I've got 8 for 3 gold and a blackmail. I did very poorly.
And then we score bonuses for the board. So I got Pantheon and y'all tied me on all these other ones, and then that one. So that's 35 plus 25, so 60 points. So I get 166. Oh, there I am. And then
And now Jimmy
gets 45 plus 64. That's 109. 109. And Phil,
Barbosa,
I get
that's
nothing.
Tied.
Phil didn't get
I'm
any
tied
points.
everywhere.
Scored that, and
Yeah.
we're all tied.
Like I said, I did very poorly this
Yeah,
game.
that was rough.
Yeah,
Phil's usually
50 more points.
I'm usually
I'd have
better
been
than
at,
that, but
59 have been really close.
But that's also, like I said, the spreads in this game are very much like things are interesting in that last turn because it really matters. I will say this game I did way better actually having cubes on the board.
I know what the problem is. Randy wasn't here for me to get him so angry at me that he kept making mistakes and help me to win.
Yes. And again, we're also playing with 3 players, so there's a little less punchy, like kicky going on.
Usually there's a little more, with full 4 players, there's a little more conflict, a little
Yes.
more competition for those spaces, so things run a little closer.
Exactly. So, yeah, three players still works really well.
That
It's
roll
a
of the
lot of
space
fun.
is tied up, though, at the end.
It
so
did,
that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
close.
And 3 to 4 players works just fine. But I wanted to flip this over because we were alluding to it. The expansions actually had the ability to go all the way up to 6, and we made so in a perfect world, this is actually one of our stretch goals. Again, this is a tooling sample to see if we could actually do it. But this is a double-sided board. This is the 5 to 6 player board, and as you can see, a lot more options on here. There's the same locations that we had before, but there's a few extra spots. Phil mentioned the game ends when every white square is filled up. You'll notice some of these are shaped more like stars. These don't need to be filled for the game to end, but they have some different
that
stuff.
particular one is actually negative points.
Yes. So there's actually 2 spots where you could potentially get negative points. There's a spot where it's 10 points for each cube that's in there, and you can't just
There's no board position that puts you in there. You have to move
use
yourself
the
into
movement
it.
abilities.
Yeah.
There's the tower. If anyone played with the original Revolution, the Palace. This is essentially that version of the Palace. It gets you no actual points, but it keeps your stuff from being moved. As long as you're in the tower,
Other people
can't move your stuff.
Yep. The shingles on the Thieves' Camp are both worth negative points if you control them at the end of the game, but they give you, like, the commoner, you get 1 force, 1 blackmail, and influence in the shingles.
Yep.
And it's a gold-only space, so it's a good way to get tokens back. But you're
potentially getting
you
negative
want to
points
get yourself
if you control it.
Tied up or out of those spots before the end of the game, so you can early on bid there, and then hope to move yourself out later.
And with, like Citadel's Crest, a new 55-point location. So there's different scoring options on this. I prefer 5 players. I think is probably my peak, but I love any of the points.
Was the Thief Camp the other negative?
Yes.
Yeah, Thief Camp is the other negative one. The Thief Camp is
Guildmaster.
The Guildmaster. So
Yes.
you influence the Thief Camp and any other open space.
Yes.
Can
So
you play less than 5 players with the 5 to 6 players?
We would not.
I wouldn't recommend it.
It's too. There's too many spots on this side of the board.
It really slows
and on the
down.
bid card. So
And on the bid card, it makes it. It's not. It's less. It does slow the game down, but it's almost less that it becomes less tense because there's less fighting over actual spots. There's too many spots available. The game takes longer, but also like the gameplay. The fun of this game is like the oh my god, am I going to
it's
be
the competing for position, resources, and board spots. And
The
there's too much
bouncing
room.
is actually fun because you're like we're both after the same thing.
It's just like on a Car Wars game. If you played a 3-player Car Wars game on a 6-foot by 6-foot map, you might do whatever you wanted all turn and never encounter somebody
Never
else.
see anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So but I did want to show you guys this because, and don't worry, we are going to be playing this quite a bit. This is the month of Pathfinder Revolution for us because
You mean July?
yeah, pretty much I keep forgetting it's not July yet. It's almost July.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
It's the month of Pathfinder Revolution.
So this is Pathfinder Revolution Eve month.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
there we go.
Pathfinder Revolution's Eve. We're big fans of this game. It's one of my before even working at Steve Jackson Games, this was my favorite Steve Jackson Games game that we made. The original Revolution, one of my favorite games of all time, and I think this replaces my version of the game. I love that game; it's great, but this condenses like it takes all the stuff that I love because it's like the base game. You got the Palace expansion,
Well,
then you have the
takes
Anarchy
what we learned
expansion.
over a decade.
Yeah, and like it kind of condenses all the best parts of it into
Yeah.
the one game.
And a couple new things like these
Yeah.
negative spots and some of the mechanics on the bid card. I really like.
Having the flipboard gave us a lot more options to mess around with some different stuff. Because now, like for me, it feels like the 3 to 4 player game is like if you've played Revolution, it is Revolution. That is as Revolution as it gets with a couple of the stuff from the expansions. And when you flip the board over, this is like the perfect setup of Revolution plus expansions. It has all the good stuff from the expansions plus some new additions.
And unlocking
And the
the
graphics
stretch
are great.
goal would be the ideal.
Yeah.
Because then we can pack everything into the same box.
Yeah,
at a really good
we
price.
set a goal that works for us making the expansion. We think we'll be able to hit it. We're hoping that we can hit the stretch goal. But you know, even at worst, I'll be happy if this gets made. That's where I'm at because I love this game and I'm excited. I hope we can fund it. I'm really pumped for that one. So if you want to check that out, give us a follow on there. It's going to be a really fun little campaign. Again, it's stretch goal light. That's Real Eternally stretch goal.
That
We
is
want to
the
turn it
only
into a
stretch
5 and
goal.
6 player game.
Yes.
It's just that. It's not gonna. We're not trying to like plug a bunch of crazy stuff in. This is already pretty crazy production value for something we've done. A lot of cool original art that we've used for the tokens. We've updated. This isn't like the same tokens we used on original Pathfinder. Or original Revolution. This is like Pathfinder themed stuff. We've got plastic cubes now instead of wooden cubes. I like the wooden cubes, but these plastic cubes are really cool. They remind me like Pandemic or something.
And they
like
give
that.
us a lot more control over the sizing of the cubes.
Yeah.
With wood cubes, they're all cut, and
Which
they
we-
can vary slightly in
My
size.
own Revolution copy is like
It gets
that. There's-
problematic, so the plastic fixes that.
The board, these unfold and stay unfolded, which was
Yes.
kind of a thing with the original one sometimes.
Yeah, the originals were a little tight.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a little too much
Because
tension.
these have the cuts in them, so they kind
Yeah.
of fold out. The originals didn't have that, so they kind of would be like,
And
cover your
like we've
board.
done with a couple other of the larger projects, we've taken this one to the factory, created the tooling sample, gotten everything as close as possible without pulling the trigger
Mhm.
to do the print run. So that means as
Okay,
soon
people
as
wanna
the
see the
campaign
box.
closes and
Check out that.
we've unlocked the stretch goal, we're able to call the factory and say, go.
Yes.
And they'll be able to move directly into production, which is going to save us a couple months off of if we had not taken it this far along.
And you see like the thickness. It's a pretty stout
Yeah, it's a
little
chunky
game.
box.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll be definitely playing this more. I'll be cycling through some different people on screen. We'll probably have Randy next week. Maybe get some other people.
And you're going
in
to try
here.
a 5-player game at some
At
point.
some point,
during...
we'll see if we can do a 5-player. We won't be able to do our normal setup in here, but we'll have people here doing it. We'll just expand the camera or something. We'll figure it out. You just maybe seeing more of the studio, but yeah, we want to get some more some bigger games. Probably towards if we can unlock the stretch goal, we'll do the 5 and 6 player. I don't want to show people stuff that they won't necessarily be able to get. I wanted to show this off because it's potential, it's out there, but we're not going to play it and tease you guys with it if you don't unlock it.
I am.
Jimmy will. We'll play.
Well, yeah,
with our
I mean,
copy.
we'll keep our copy in
We'll
the
keep our
building and
tooling
play.
copy, I guess, but
But no,
hopefully-
really, you should get it to the 5 or 6 player.
please,
Yeah.
because then when we get our actual copies for our purposes,
Red wants to come to the office to play the.
yeah, we'd have to come to the office and play like the 1 5-player copy. So yeah, do we have any other questions in chat, Brandon or Jimmy?
Let's
Okay,
check to see if we got
awesome.
anything there.
Cool. Well, if there's nothing else there,
So we go through the reminders of the warehouse
yep,
sale.
Warehouse 23 sale. Go through our summer sale that is closing on July 5th next week. Lots of great deals. So we have our normal discounts and then our kind of escalating freebies that you get with your order, all the way up to free Dungeon Fantasy. That's awesome. A free box set of an RPG. That's a lot of stuff. Check that out. We've got a Kickstarter going right now. Not this one. This one is, you can follow this campaign. The link is in the description. Click that notify me button so you get an alert when this goes live. But we also have a Kickstarter going on that is for the
One Roll
Quest Chronicles. One Roll
Yes.
Chronicles for One Roll Quest, which is like a kind of a storytelling RPG-ish.
Extremely rules light.
Yeah, extremely rules light. It's extremely inexpensive too, and it's a fun little side adventure book that goes along with One Roll Quest, which already is kind of like a little activity that you can roll and have a storytelling game
And
RPG themed.
For anybody who doesn't have One Roll Quest, which is a lot of people because it is so new,
It is brand new, yeah.
yeah, the Kickstarter offers both the adventure and the game, But if you're impatient, you could always back the Kickstarter for just the adventure, go to Warehouse 23 and get the game because it's available now.
The game's already available.
$5.95.
Yeah,
super
inexpensive.
And
And
that's
there's
the
print
dice
play
bag,
options,
the special die, and the cards.
Yep, very
that
fun
you
little
need to
thing.
play.
So I showed that.
We don't have a copy on hand
I don't
for that one.
have one.
Unfortunately. We showed it off in a previous stream though. We did.
One roll.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
one
have a
here.
copy on hand. We don't have one on hand. We've shown it in a previous stream though. I had it in one of the What's New.
You're the
type
one
things.
with the links?
Yeah.
I don't have a link for that.
All right.
I have the Kickstarter link.
You'll be able to
internet's
see it on the
too big.
Kickstarter. It's fun.
You can find it there.
Cool. Nothing else. Then awesome.
That's it.
Guys. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in probably next week for some more Pathfinder Revolution, most likely, and we'll see you next time on SJGames Live.